Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Mohammed Ali Mir and I am from the Office of Advancement at LUMS. Welcome to another podcast today where we will be discussing the MS and PhD program for mathematics. I am joined today with Dr. Imran Anwar, who is an associate professor, and Miss Ayesha Ahmad, who is an aspiring doctor in the department. Assalamu alaikum everyone.
Wassalam.
Everyone, let's have a very good podcast. So, Dr. Imran, why should someone choose the mathematics programs within LUMS, within Sabasi specifically, if they want to pursue any program in mathematics?
The Department of Mathematics is a highly vibrant place, and there are lots of mathematical things happening all over the year. We have a very strong international linkages with the ICTP. Moreover, the department has been organizing a wonderful activities which are related to cultivate the excitement of mathematics among the school children, and there are many other features. The most important thing one student would be looking forward for a very solid foundation on mathematics courses. So our core curriculum or our core courses what we offered at graduate level, this is uncomparable with any other master's program, or you if one would like to compare it, so it is as per international standard as European or any American university would be offering at the graduate level.
LUMS has partnered up with the International Center of Theoretical Physics and has introduced a new program for masters, which is an International Mathematics Master's Program. What does this mean for applicants who are hoping to join in any program within LUMS?
This is a very important, I think, initiative what ICTP has taken. ICTP is in Italy, and it was founded by one of our great Nobel laureate, Professor Abdul Salam, and with the sole mission to promote fundamental research in developing world. And over the years, I think ICTP has done remarkable work, and many great scientists has been helped or housed and trained in ICTP. And over those particular years, after seeing the success of ICTP, they thought of expanding their connection with the developing world, and they came up with the idea of ICTP affiliated center. And there are penalty ICTP affiliated center in Africa, in India, in other developing countries. So regarding to mathematics, we applied for ICTP affiliated center to ICTP, and we won that particular proposal against 70 submitted proposal by other institute. And under that particular proposal, we were granted with the hosting of International Mathematics Master Program, which is a master level program with saline features. And the features is that, and this is a kind of a partnership between LUMS and ICTP. It's not only a ceremonial name. ICTP is engaged in all academic decision of this particular program. So this is an international program where there are Pakistani students and there are foreign students. They are grouped together to form one batch. And currently there are two Algerian students who are coming from, and one of the Algerian student has done his bachelor's from Paris. So you can see people are seeing the value, international students are seeing the value in joining this master's program, which is housed at LUMS. And on the academic side, there was a list of core courses which was envisaged by the math department and with the ICTP, and we agree on the perspective of the impact. So the quality of the program is top notch. The involvement of international faculty who are involved in teaching these courses and designing the academic plan, they are all top researchers from top of the top research institute. So I think this international mathematics program in Pakistan is creating a lot of opportunities for the students who are good at math, and if they would like to be trained at par with the international standard. And this is the sole mission which we, I think, envision with ICTP. There is no compromise on the merit. So we are going to select best of the best student, either international or national. And then the coursework and everything is quite rigorous. And at the end of this particular program, it is also the promise of the ICTP and this particular program, we are going to get them placed in the PhD program all over the world. Also, if one would like to join the PhD program at LUMS, so door is open. So, and one important aspect of the master's program is one is the coursework, the other one is the research. And these students will be jointly supervised by those top researchers along with the LUMS faculty. For making this happen, we are already working these days on this particular line that we are applying to different funding agencies for their research grant. So definitely there is a financial support as well, but being engaged in a research project at the master level, this is a kind of an opportunity which is not usually available in many places in Pakistan.
The International Mathematics Program is an internationally acclaimed program, and it is bringing together a lot of national and international students together. And we are giving them top quality education in Pakistan. Dr. Imran, you said something about opening the doors up for PhD students at LUMS. We have a PhD student here, and Dr. Ms. Aisha, who is going to be a doctor, inshallah, very soon. Ms. Aisha, can you tell us why you chose the program, the PhD program in mathematics within LUMS specifically?
I joined LUMS for masters and then I continued and did my PhD here as well. When I was joining LUMS, so I had a couple of considerations. One was quality of education. Other than that, so when I was to start my masters, I was already married with a child. So the other thing was that I wanted a place that would accommodate me. Back then, almost no other place had a good functional daycare. But even at LUMS, they had a wonderful daycare. So it was almost
A no-brainer for you.
no-brainer for me. But then when I came, I was expecting it to be a place where you have a variety of, subjects available, the diversity. But what I experienced was even better than what I was expecting. So the diversity, the kind of subjects you can choose from, I was coming from a more mathematical background, then I shifted to mathematical finance. This kind of subjects, they're not available at usual places at Pakistan, even still. So it's the diversity. And then the other thing that I was expecting when I was taking this decision, I did my research and people told me that it is more inclusive, more understanding towards women and accepting them as a person even when they have family. But what I experienced was even beyond what I was expecting. I was accommodated to the fullest. I am very committed to my work, very passionate about my work. Don't believe in giving your second best at all. But then I have some limitations, and I was accommodated fully. So I chose it because of quality of education and the mindset.
You are also an adjunct faculty member as well. How is that experience for you?
Wonderful, because mostly anybody who is doing their PhD, they do aspire to become a teacher. Teaching maths is very close to my heart. Because I do feel that there are somewhere gaps in, because I do feel that people are not that passionate about mathematics in Pakistan, and this subject doesn't get the due reverence that it deserves. It should be respected. It is something, you see, the whole universe works on mathematical principles. Starting from a simple cell division, you can find a PD which would govern it, and the planets, they follow mathematical equations. So something so huge and so, it's kind of divine. It should excite people, and people should find it fascinating and then interesting. So I do feel that there is some work that needs to be done to bring this passion that I feel towards mathematics and to pass it on to others as well. Eventually, everybody, like I was saying, whoever is doing their PhD, they do want to be teachers. And then the second, at least I experienced this, the second you stand in front of a class, your energy levels are on the sky. It is the place to be. That's the place I can be 24/7. Give me a class, give me chalkboard, let me teach them maths.
Aisha taught last year, so last semester. So this semester she moved to the other role and provided the opportunity to the other student. So I think they are rotating, and at the end of their degrees, almost all the students will be having good experience, and this experience is really important if you are looking for faculty position, because through this experience they will be able to draft their teaching philosophy. So what is their teaching philosophy, what is their teaching statement? And I think this is really an important document when you are going to apply for a faculty position, that you have some success story in your back. So now they have something to show that they
And
have
it
taught in.
happened, the people who were teaching here, when they went for their interviews, and they got very good placements at other universities to teach. So yeah, it's a huge thing. It's a huge help in the interview, because then you are in a position to, when the interviewer asks you how would you conduct your class, you know what situation they are asking about. Otherwise it's all imagination.
You already have experience.
You already have experience, and experience at a, with a big class, with proper experience at a, you know, at an institute whose experience is valued as well. And so, and also when your institute shows trust in you, that you could run a course, it's a huge statement that, you know, that gives to the people who are to hire you.
So basically, LUMS ke andar we provide a lot of teaching experience as well to PhDs applicants, for master's applicants. But let's talk about this, Dr. Imran. For academia and research are very important and honorable sectors. But if someone wants to do anything else, go into any other sector, but after they've done the mathematics subject, what options do they have globally and nationally, maybe?
Okay, one thing I would like to mention about the department, which I didn't mention up till now. So, Department of Mathematics has been offering the BS in mathematics and BS in Econ Math. And we are already offering courses which are linked with allied areas. Secondly, master's program and PhD program at LUMS, that provides an opportunity, because we are housed in the Syed Babar Ali School of Science and Engineering, and it has a motto, and no border. Uh, so our master's program don't bar a student or PhD student to take courses from other disciplines. So we provide equal opportunity for a student who are inclined to have a career in industry, to take the courses and even guide them to take the courses which can help them to get the industrial position. So our student can take courses from artificial intelligence, from economics, or any latest discipline which is evolving and which is in demand in the market. So that does not bar a master student or a PhD student or a BS student to get hired, to get placed in a respectable industrial organization. This is one thing. I think this is an era of information. Everyone knows the data science industry, what they require. So they require a skill set which is completely based on mathematics. And similarly, if one talk about the artificial intelligence, the involvement of decision making. So just like Aisha is pursuing a PhD in financial mathematics, and financial mathematics, one of the most important factor is the decision making, and the decision making is in the heart of the artificial intelligence. And the whole qualitative analysis which is being done in decision making, it is based on well informed decision, and all those particular calculation and computation and everything is based on the mathematical knowledge. And I think Aisha can share more about her experience on this particular front.
Well, before you say anything, Aisha, I would like to tell you that the International Mathematics Association has rated mathematics as the third most consumed program in industries. This is very good news for people who want to apply in mathematics.
It's a very good news, it's a good information. ये तो खैर सबको पता होता है कि फाइनेंस पढ़ेंगे तो आपके पास इंडस्ट्री में आपकी रिक्वायरमेंट है, मगर होता ये कि अगर आप मैथ्स पढ़ के फाइनेंस पढ़ते हैं ना, तो आपके पास एक एक्स्ट्रा स्किल सेट है. अभी लेटली क्योंकि मैं जो काम कर रही हूँ वो क्वांटिटेटिव फाइनेंस और मशीन लर्निंग के जंक्शन पे है, مشین لرننگ کے ساتھ میں نے یہ دیکھا ہے کہ مشین لرننگ میں بہت ریگریس میتھس انوالوڈ ہے. آپ کو میتھس کی بہت سالڈ انڈرسٹینڈنگ ہونی چاہیے. اگر آپ مشین لرننگ کو استعمال کرنا چاہتے ہیں تو آپ کو کمپیوٹر بہت اچھا آنا چاہیے. اگر آپ مشین لرننگ میں کچھ بنانا چاہتے ہیں تو آپ کو میتھس آنا چاہیے. ایونچولی اس طرح کی اپرچونیٹیز آ رہی ہیں کہ آپ کے جو سافٹ ویئر ہاؤسز مشین لرننگ کے الگورتھمس بنانا چاہتے ہیں وہ ایون اس طرح کا بھی انڈیویجول نہیں ریکوائر کرتے جس کو اوور لیپنگ نالج ہو. ان کو ایک میتھمیٹیشین چاہیے جس کو انالیسس کی انڈرسٹینڈنگ ہو وتھ پیور میتھمیٹیکل نالج. سو یس اپرچونیٹیز کچھ ہیں پاکستان میں کم, انٹرنیشنلی بہت زیادہ, اور نئی اپرچونیٹیز بن رہی ہیں. جیسے کچھ سبجیکٹس کے ساتھ آپ کو ہمیشہ یہ لگتا ہے نا, جیسے اے آئی کے بوم کے ساتھ سب سے پہلے یہ کوشچن آیا تھا کہ کون کون سی جابس جو ہیں جو ختم ہو جائیں گی. تو جہاں ختم ہونے کی بات ہے وہاں یہ بھی سمجھنا چاہیے کہ کون کون سی جابس ہیں جن کو بہت اسٹیبل ہو گئی ہیں, کون کون سی فیلڈز ہیں جو اب کہیں نہیں جانے والی. ان میں پیور میتھمیٹکس آ گیا ہے کیونکہ اے آئی سارا اس پہ ڈیولپ کرتا ہے, بیسز وہاں سے آتی ہیں. بہت سارے لوگ جو مشین لرننگ کو جب ہم یوز کرتے ہیں تو ہم اس کا فرنٹ اینڈ یوز کرتے ہیں, یعنی کہ پیچھے سے ایک پورا الگوریدم بن کے آ گیا, انہوں نے آپ کو کہا کہ اب آپ اس کو لے کے تو ڈیسیجن میکنگ کر دیں. یہ فرنٹ اینڈ ہے. بیک اینڈ کے لیے اتنا زیادہ انٹینس میتھمیٹکس چاہیے اور آپ بہت آئیڈلی پلیسڈ ہیں اگر آپ اب اس دور میں آپ میتھس کے ساتھ چلتے ہیں تو.
I must mention that in LUMS, in the basement of the School of Science and Engineering, there is National Incubation Center, which is equipped with startup ideas. So if you have any idea you would like to do a startup thing and us idea ko aap patent karwana cha rahe hain, so I think LUMS ke students ke liye bhi, bahar ke students ke liye bhi, including so LUMS ke student ke liye ye ek plus hai کہ آپ اپنے اس آئیڈیا کو مٹیریلائز کر سکتے ہیں, اس کو پیٹنٹ بھی کروا سکتے ہیں. سو آپ یہاں سے ڈگری کمپلیٹ کرنے کے ساتھ ہی آپ اپنا اسٹارٹ اپ جا کے بھی اپنا سیٹ اپ لگا سکتے ہیں.
اچھا, اسی سے ہمیں اندازہ ہوتا ہے کہ میتھمیٹکس ڈپارٹمنٹ کے اندر کافی زیادہ آن گوئنگ پروجیکٹس اور ریسرچز ہو رہے ہیں. سو عائشہ, میں آپ سے پوچھنا چاہ رہا تھا کہ ہاؤ امپورٹنٹ از اٹ فار اے اسٹوڈنٹ کہ ایک آن گوئنگ ایک ڈپارٹمنٹ کے اندر اتنے زیادہ پروجیکٹس ہو رہے ہیں؟
اٹس ویری امپورٹنٹ, کیونکہ ایز اے پی ایچ ڈی اسٹوڈنٹ آپ نے اپنی ایک ریسرچ کرنی ہے. جتنی زیادہ ہو رہی ہوتی ہے آپ کے ایڈوائزرز اور آپ کی فیکلٹی کے پاس اتنی زیادہ انفارمیشن ہوتی ہے کہ دے آر بیٹر اکوپڈ ٹو گائڈ یو کہ آپ کس طرح سے کن پروجیکٹس پہ کام کریں. آپ کو وہ کون سی چیزیں جو ہیں وہ آپ کی فیلڈ میں نہیں ہو رہی ہیں. پھر وی ہیو سو مچ انٹرنیشنل فیکلٹی وزٹنگ, a lot of time your interests align with them and you can get them as co-supervisor. آپ کسی ایسی فیلڈ میں کام کر سکتے ہیں جو شاید نہیں آپ کو ادروائز اویلیبل ہو سکتی تھی. تو اس سے تو بہت فرق پڑتا ہے کیونکہ آپ نے ایونچولی پی ایچ ڈی میں کورس ورک تو تھوڑا ہوتا ہے, ایونچولی پی ایچ ڈی کا پرپز یہ ہے کہ آپ ریسرچ کر سکیں. ریسرچ کرنا بھی ایک اسکل سیٹ ہے. آپ کو کوئی ساتھ ریسرچ کرائے گا پہلی دفعہ تو آپ کو پتہ چلے گا کہ یہ کرتے کیسے ہیں, پبلیکیشن کیسے ہوتی ہے, آپ نے سائٹیشن کیسے کرنی ہے, اس کے بہت سارے ساتھ چیزیں ہیں جو آپ نے اس کو ساتھ سمجھنا ہے. اور پھر ہمیں اب اس طرح سے سکھایا جاتا ہے کہ پھر آپ نے آگے وہ خود کنٹینیو کرنا اور کروانا ہے.
It is a very busy department in LUMS, and if any of you want to study in this department, in either the International Mathematics program or the PhD program, let me tell you about the admission criteria. For the International Mathematics Masters, you need 16 years of education, you need your letters of recommendation, you need to pass the admission test. You also need to have other things as well for your PhD, such as 18 years of education, a research presentation, and on top of that, you also need a research interview as well. So, Dr. Imran, can you please tell us about the research presentation? How important is that research presentation for a PhD applicant?
For a PhD applicant, basically the hiring process or selection process of the PhD student in the department is quite similar to what European used to practice. For instance, in our department there are 8 to 9 PhD faculty member, regular faculty member who are available, and their research profiles are up on their homepage. So any interested student who would like to do the PhD at LUMS, so they have to align themselves to one of the person in the department, and they have to declare that with this particular person I would like to do the PhD, but and open up all the windows that I can work with in this direction, I can work in this direction, and I can work in this direction. And when we are selecting a student, so a panel of the faculty member are sitting there and attending that research presentation. So through that particular research presentation, we are basically calibrating whether whatever the candidate is presenting, he has a proper sense of it, that he understands the topic, that clearly shows his or her capacity to work on a research problem. And from the presentation and from the interest statement, we gathered the in detail that okay, he can work with that particular supervisor and or that particular supervisor with that particular prospective supervisor, uh, put up the question and seek the understanding of the candidate in that particular area, and try to mitigate the capacity to work under his or her supervision in that particular problem or area about which they are pursuing their projects. And it happened, and it happened quite openly, that a series of interviews followed up after the presentation. That if a student is being spotted, that a candidate is spotted, that probably we can have him on board in our PhD program. So that particular candidate will be approached by the prospective supervisor for a follow-up interview, where more detailed, maybe a little about their personal inclination, if there is a personal, because PhD degree is more about the commitment. So your caliber along with the committed, how much you are committed. If the student is committed, so a supervisor need a complete, you can say, confirmation from this particular end, and then the offer is being shared. So presentation and interview is the key component in the selection of a PhD student.
One of those students who was shortlisted was Miss Aisha. Miss Aisha, you've been a part of the LUMS family for a very long time. You've completed your master's from here, and you've also started your PhD. Can you tell us about the interview process? How were you shortlisted, and what was the entire interview like?
What happens is that by the time you're enrolling for PhD, people are usually very clear, and you should be very clear about the field you want to study and the kind of research interests you have. The thing with PhD is that you are committing yourself to study a particular very narrow subject now for good about 3-4 years. So one, the presentation should show that you have a thorough understanding of the subject you are saying that I want to study or I want to do my research in this particular field. You are to sell your skill and you are to sell your passion, that the advisor can feel that you would be committed for next 4 years to study this. So your presentation should show, by the time you are enrolling in PhD, you have 18-year educational background. So by this time, you should be clear. So this is what I feel. You should be very clear, no ifs and buts and maybes, because that show that you are not committed enough.
So I would like to add one thing. In selecting a PhD student, we are keeping one thing, that this particular person to whom we are going to have on board for PhD is going to be an integral component of our department, because he or she is going to stay for 4 years. So
And teach as well.
and teach as well. So definitely there are lots of things. So what we are looking at that time, that's why we are very careful in those particular selections.
So he is also looked at as a resource, because you would be bringing something to the department as well. Make sure that you are yourself clear that what you are to offer, and you are able to communicate that in your interview and your presentation as well, that this is what I am bringing on board.
So you need to be passionate about the subject as well that you're applying.
Well
into.
aware as well.
Since you have been a part of this department for a long time, can you tell us about the coordination between departments within LUMS, within Sabasi basically? And is there any coordination between schools as well?
Was not sure when I came, but once I came, I decided to study finance. And so finance is from another school. So I studied quantitative finance in business school. So you can take courses from the other school as well. And then once I took that course, I liked it so much that I decided to do my PhD in that. And then there was enough opportunity for me, the faculty to, they not only guide you, they tell you that who can we get on board, another supervisor from another school, and how can we, work towards this particular field that you are interested in. You're never told that no, this particular field is not being done, and so let it be. So after my master's, when I started my PhD, a semester into my PhD, I decided to switch to machine learning. I'm being co-supervised by two advisors, and so I did my work in machine learning. So it's the opportunity is there as long as you are committed and willing to work.
I would like to add one more thing that currently there are many students now. I think Aisha was the first case. Now you can witness many students who are working in joint supervision, one supervisor from math department, one from electrical engineering department. So one graduate, a recent graduate, two recent graduate have a co-supervisor from life sciences department. So mathematics and life sciences co-supervision, this is quite a unique kind of a mixture where math and bio faculty they work together and on mathematical models which is work for system biology or biological diseases spread and these kind of things. So I think our department is quite diverse and mathematics faculty, the faculty in the department is quite open in making collaboration with other, talking to other colleagues. This is a culture of LUMS. And I think students are appreciative if they would like to have an other area on board. And if there is someone who would like to work on core hard math thing, now we have opened a new window. Now one of my student is being co-supervised by one of the researcher in Paris. So we have international faculty as a co-supervisor as well.
If I encapsulate my experience at LUMS, what I have felt very strongly is that never have I experienced this, that I want to study or work or do something and there has been any hurdle. The department, the overall temperament of the institute, it is to support you. If you are willing to work, it is not like, it's already a difficult thing when you're switching, going to another department or thinking of collaboration. If there are hurdles, it would be very difficult. So I have always found the department to be very, very supportive of no matter what idea comes in your mind and you come up to your advisor and say, oh, machine learning is new, what about machine learning? So nobody is there to judge you or say, nahi, aise to nahi, ye mushkil hoga, naya hoga. No. They're always supportive. The kind of support that I have experienced is phenomenal.
Well, the mathematics department, as Ms. Aisha has said right now, is very supported. And as Dr. Imran said, it is also very unique. Let me tell you about another unique thing. The International Mathematics Masters within LUMS, as well as the PhD program within LUMS, are fully funded by LUMS. So that means you will not have to pay a single penny.
The main thing about the MS and PhD program, we are not charging any fee and we are providing quite a handsome stipend. And for the master student, even the hostel is free. So we don't charge for hostel. Our department is open 24-hour and the facilities are in the access. And even if someone will appear at 12 midnight, so one can spot PhD student and master student busy in doing some mathematical work. In Pakistan, we have seen that mathematics has been a trouble subject at school level. And in an attempt to make it accessible and bring back the fun of math learning, our department has started an initiative which is called LUMS Math Circles. And LUMS Math Circle is an initiative which is for the social benefit. And we are not charging the schools, we are not making money out of it. This is a non-profit initiative. But the good thing is that this particular initiative has brought value to the master's and PhD program. So our students, our PhD students do participate in these activities. They are going to places to do the math circles. And now we start raising some funds. So the students who are doing these math circle, they get some token money. I can't say that this is very huge amount, but I think doing a social work and doing something to promote mathematical excitement among the school kids with some added value. Now this particular facility is also available. This is also a funding avenue. On the top of it, LUMS has, and it's not departmental, LUMS has a lot of other avenues which are serving to hone the teaching and skill set of a student. One of them is LUMS Learning Institute. They are announcing teaching pedagogical partnership where a PhD student or an MS student can partner with one of the faculty member to design a new course, and not only design a new course, they run the course in a semester, and that particular student will become a partner of the teacher, and at the end they submit a report about the full report of the course, from the course content to teaching pedagogy technique and the new innovative teaching ideas. And through this teaching pedagogical partnership, there is some financial incentive for the students. So I think in financial benefits point of views, there are many avenues, but LUMS as a whole and department in particular are offering a lot of opportunities.
So, do you have any advice for those students who are completing their bachelor's in mathematics, if they should choose mathematics in as their master's subject or their PhD subject moving on?
Definitely would advise them. So the thing is, this is what I feel, and this is something that students don't usually know. The obvious result is that if you want to do a master's on PhD, academia is there for you. You can go into research and academia. But then, as you mentioned, you also have industry jobs. And when it comes to industry jobs, there is a misconception which exists that children believe that it's usually for the applied mathematics side. The people who are studying applied mathematics, they have some application, or they can go and get a job in industry, but it's not that case. People with pure mathematics, absolute no, the very topology and analysis, and they have even more job opportunities in industry. Maths as a subject, it brings certain, understanding of human life and world as well, and more acceptability and patience for that matter. So it's a wonderful field to study. It improves you as a human being as well.
Let me put here a very important statement from the book of Francis Su. Francis Su is a very famous American mathematician, and he has written a book with the title Flourishing Mathematics. Toward the end of his tenure, he has given a speech which was highly commended, and I think this happens only once in the history of Mathematical Association of America, that a speaker got the standing ovation. And in that particular speech, he had made the case that our ancestor, ancient Greeks, they have argued about the value of life. What is the value of life? And they come up with the conclusion that a good life is full of truth, love, and justice. These are the three important components. And all these three components are together in one subject. If you have read the philosophy of Kant and other philosophers, they said that in a particular statement there is that much truth, that much mathematics is inside in that particular statement. So mathematics is the language of truth. Mathematics is the language of justice, and mathematics reveal its secret to only those persons who perceive mathematics with love and passion, not to everyone. So my message to them, to live your best life, do mathematics. This is the message from Francis Su, and this is the message from my side as well.
Mathematics is the language of truth. And if you want to learn this language, please come to LUMS. Let me tell you about the application process. So all of the application process is online. You have to go on our website, create an application, and submit some documents. And after that, the application deadline is on the 16th of April. Thank you again, everyone, very much. I will see you in the next podcast, everyone.